Welcome back to Relationship Real Talk, the show where we discuss all things love, trust, and commitment. I'm your host Dennis, and today, we're diving into a topic that's difficult but essential to address. We're going to discuss the key behaviors and actions that suggest you're not a permanent fixture in someone's world. Segment 1, Mixed Signals. Have you ever been in a situation where someone's behavior left you questioning your place in their life? We've all been there. In this segment, we'll delve into the first sign, mixed signals. When your partner or friend sends contradictory messages, it can leave you feeling confused and uncertain about where you stand. Please let me explain. Mixed signals refer to inconsistent or contradictory messages and behaviors exhibited by someone in a relationship. These mixed signals can leave you feeling uncertain, confused, and anxious about where you stand in their life. Here's a more detailed explanation of this segment. Contradictory messages. In a relationship characterized by mixed signals, the person you're involved with might say one thing but do another. For instance, they might express their interest in a future together but then act distant or non-committal. Inconsistent behavior. Mixed signals often manifest through inconsistent behavior. They might be affectionate and attentive one day, and then distant or aloof the next. This unpredictability can leave you on an emotional roller coaster. Emotional confusion. Dealing with mixed signals can create emotional confusion. You may find yourself constantly analyzing their words and actions, trying to decipher their true feelings and intentions. Lack of clarity. These mixed signals make it challenging to define the nature and status of your relationship. It can lead to misunderstandings, miscommunications, and frustration about where you both stand. Emotional toll. Experiencing mixed signals can be emotionally draining. It can erode your self-esteem and self-worth as you may feel like you're constantly striving for their approval or validation. Insecurity and uncertainty. Mixed signals often breed insecurity and uncertainty about the future of the relationship. You may question whether they truly care about you or if they're just stringing you along. Open communication. To address mixed signals, open and honest communication is essential. It's crucial to express your feelings and concerns and seek clarity about their intentions and expectations in the relationship. In summary, dealing with mixed signals can be emotionally taxing and detrimental to your well-being. Recognizing these contradictory behaviors and addressing them through communication is vital to understand whether the relationship is worth pursuing or if it's time to seek clarity and make informed decisions about your own happiness and the future of the relationship. Segment 2, Lack of future planning. Another unmistakable sign that you're temporary in someone's life is the absence of future planning. If they can't seem to commit to future events or avoid discussing long-term goals, it's time to pay attention. They may avoid making plans for vacations, moving in together, or discussing more serious commitments like marriage or family. This behavior suggests they may not envision a lasting future with you. Segment 3, Inconsistent communication. Let me explain. Inconsistent communication involves a pattern where someone is sporadic or unreliable in their communication with you. They might go days or even weeks without reaching out, respond infrequently, or avoid meaningful conversations. This can make you feel disconnected and question your significance in their life. Segment 4, Avoiding introductions. When someone avoids introducing you to their friends or family, it can be a sign that they're not interested in integrating you into their social circle or making you a permanent part of their life. This behavior can indicate a reluctance to commit or acknowledge the relationship publicly. Segment 5, No emotional investment. And I will explain. Emotional investment in a relationship involves being open, vulnerable, and supportive of each other's emotions. When someone consistently avoids deep conversations, fails to empathize with your feelings, or dismisses your emotional needs, it suggests they may not be emotionally invested in building a lasting connection with you. Segment 6, consistently self-centered. Consistently self-centered behavior occurs when someone prioritizes their own needs, desires, and interests over yours. They might disregard your feelings, goals, and well-being, which can lead to an imbalanced and unhealthy relationship dynamic. This self-centeredness can signal a lack of long-term commitment. Segment 7. Ignoring your needs. Ignoring your needs means that your concerns, desires, and boundaries are consistently overlooked or dismissed by the other person. In a healthy relationship, both parties should address each other's needs and make efforts to meet them. When someone consistently neglects your needs, it can indicate they don't prioritize your role in their life. Segment 8. Fear of labels. A fear of labels refers to someone's reluctance to define the relationship or use terms like boyfriend, girlfriend, or partner. They may resist committing to any formal titles or avoid discussing the exclusivity of the relationship. This behavior can signal a fear of commitment or a lack of intention to make the relationship more permanent. Understanding these signs can help you evaluate the dynamics of your relationship and decide whether it aligns with your long-term goals and desires. It's essential to have open and honest communication with the other person if you notice these behaviors to clarify expectations and intentions. Segment 9. Fluctuating availability. Have you noticed that this person is always available when it suits them but disappears when you need them most? In this segment, we'll discuss how inconsistent availability can signal a lack of commitment and a one-sided relationship. Fluctuating availability. We're focusing on the behavior of someone who is inconsistent in their availability and responsiveness within a relationship. This behavior can be a strong indicator that you might be temporary in their life. Let's delve deeper into what this segment entails. Fluctuating availability. Have you noticed that this person is always available when it suits them but disappears when you need them most? In this segment, we'll discuss how inconsistent availability can signal a lack of commitment and a one-sided relationship. Let me go into details, please. Inconsistent responsiveness. This behavior refers to someone who may be quick to respond to your messages or make plans when it aligns with their desires or convenience. However, when you need their support or attention, they become distant or unresponsive. In essence, their availability fluctuates based on their needs, not yours. One-sided relationship. This inconsistency in availability can create a one-sided relationship dynamic, where you're expected to be there for them but don't receive the same level of support or availability in return. This imbalance can be emotionally draining and frustrating. Lack of prioritization. In a healthy and committed relationship, both parties prioritize each other's needs and well-being. However, when someone consistently fails to be there for you when you need them, it suggests that they might not value your role in their life as much as you thought. Communication breakdown. Fluctuating availability often leads to communication breakdowns and misunderstandings. It can leave you feeling unheard, unimportant, and unsure about your place in the other person's life. In summary, the fluctuating availability segment highlights the importance of consistent support and responsiveness in a healthy relationship. When someone is only available on their terms and seems indifferent to your needs, it's a clear sign that you might be considered temporary or secondary in their life. Recognizing this behavior can help you make informed decisions about the relationship and your own well-being. Segment 10. Limited effort in problem solving. Healthy relationships require effort and compromise, especially when facing challenges. If the other person consistently avoids addressing problems, refuses to work through issues, or blames you for everything that goes wrong, it's a strong indicator that they're not invested in a long-term connection. Segment 11. Emotional distance. Emotional intimacy is a crucial element in building a lasting bond. When someone keeps their emotions at arm's length, avoids vulnerability, or seems uninterested in getting to know your emotional world, it suggests they may not be planning for a future together. Segment 12. Secretive behavior. Trust is the foundation of any strong relationship. If you notice secretive behavior, such as hiding their phone, avoiding conversations about their day, or being evasive about their whereabouts, it's a warning sign that they might not be fully committed to you. Segment 13, Constantly making excuses. Does it seem like they always have an excuse for their behavior? Whether it's canceling plans, avoiding commitment, or neglecting responsibilities, chronic excuses can indicate a lack of genuine investment in the relationship. Segment 14, You're the backup plan. Have you ever felt like you're just a backup plan, someone they turn to when other options fall through? We'll explore the signs that suggest you're not their first choice, and what that means for your place in their life. Let's provide a more detailed explanation. Being someone's backup plan in a relationship means that you are not their first or primary choice, but rather a fallback option when their preferred plans or options don't work out. This is a sign that you might be considered temporary or secondary in their life, and it can be emotionally challenging to navigate. Here's a deeper explanation of this segment. Not the first choice. When you're the backup plan, it implies that the person you're involved with has someone or something else as their primary focus or priority. They might prioritize other relationships, activities, or commitments over spending time with you. Inconsistent attention. The attention and effort they give you can vary greatly depending on their circumstances or the availability of their preferred choices. You may find that they are attentive and affectionate when their first choice plans fall through but distant when their primary commitments take precedence. Feeling disregarded. Being someone's backup plan can leave you feeling disregarded, undervalued, and unimportant. It can harm your self-esteem and lead to insecurity and frustration in the relationship. Lack of commitment. This behavior suggests a lack of commitment and investment in the relationship. It can be a sign that they are not fully dedicated to building a lasting connection with you. Communication matters. It's crucial to have open and honest communication with the person involved to understand their intentions and expectations. They may not always be aware of how their actions affect you, and a conversation can provide clarity on where you both stand. Impact on emotional well-being. Being the backup plan can have a significant impact on your emotional well-being. It can lead to feelings of anxiety, inadequacy, and emotional turmoil as you may constantly question your worth in their life. Consideration for your needs. Consider whether you are content with this role in the relationship and whether the other person is willing to prioritize and commit to a more balanced and fulfilling connection. In summary, being the backup plan can be emotionally taxing and detrimental to your well-being. It's essential to assess whether you are content with this role in the relationship and whether the other person is willing to prioritize and commit to a more balanced and fulfilling connection. If the dynamic doesn't align with your desires for a more permanent and meaningful relationship, it may be necessary to have a candid conversation or consider whether this relationship is meeting your needs and expectations. Segment 15, No Future Dreams Together. Part of being in a long-term relationship is envisioning a shared future. If your partner or friend can't seem to talk about or plan for a future together, it's a clear indication that they might not see you as a permanent fixture in their life. Conclusion. As we conclude this episode, remember that recognizing these signs is the first step toward understanding your role in someone's life. While these behaviors can be challenging to confront, it's essential to prioritize your own well-being and happiness. If you find yourself identifying with many of these signs, it may be time to reevaluate your relationship or have an open and honest conversation with the other person. Thank you for tuning in. If you found this episode enlightening, please subscribe and share it with others who may benefit from this discussion. Stay tuned for more valuable insights in our upcoming episodes, and as always, take care of yourself and your relationships. Welcome back to Relationship Real Talk, the show where we discuss all things love, trust, and commitment. I'm your host Dennis, and today, we're diving into a topic that's difficult but essential to address. We're going to discuss the key behaviors and actions that suggest you're not a permanent fixture in someone's world. Segment 1, Mixed Signals. Have you ever been in a situation where someone's behavior left you questioning your place in their life? We've all been there. In this segment, we'll delve into the first